From Newsnets and CCTV, it's high school basketball coming to you tonight from Cadillac High School.
It is the start of the third quarter here. The Vikings with the 12-point lead. Traverse City, the Titans, will get the ball to start this half. Vikings pick up full court. They get a tip off that inbounds pass, but it goes right to Allie Jo McKenna, and she gets TC in their offense.
Right now, Traverse City's just starting to have the first punch and score a few right off the bat. Great rebound and puts it up for a quick 2 points.
2 points more for Megan Lautner, actually her first two of the game. A very strong rebound.
And they are not backing off McKenna Bryant or Molly Anderson.
Shot's a little bit off from Bryant right there. A nice screen up top by Knight. Vikings get a good look. Oh, the girls had her trapped right there and picked up a little bit of an over-aggressive foul.
Yep. So I like the aggressive play just because no one on either team is really in foul trouble quite yet.
They got a few to give, don't they? But you don't want to get Traverse City on the line as they've been deadly. 7 of 8 tonight from the line. In the first half were they. That ball is tipped and goes out of bounds. Stays with the Titans. So on the floor for the Titans right now, taking the ball in bounds, that's Emma Gustafson. Alongside her is Aaliyah Deal. She wears 24. 21 out there is Schermerhorn. 30 with the basket just a minute ago, and the ball inside is Lautner. She gets two more.
That was a great catch, too. Kind of a chest pass, and she snagged that with one hand.
That'll cut the lead back to 8 here.
Traverse City's letting anyone on the Vikings shoot besides Molly and McKenna.
That ball's going to go out of bounds off of Traverse City. McKenna Bryant inbounds.
See what play they drew up.
Olivia Meyer with 3.
Great shot.
Olivia Meyer's kind of that, I don't know what you'd call it. I'm losing the term here, everybody. It'll come to me. But she's that one player, I think, of the Vikings that we see shoot pretty soundly from the three-point line.
Mm-hmm.
I would expect her to keep looking for her shot, and she's very capable of making 5, 6, 7 in a row.
Yep, she's not the type of player that will put up 30 shots a game, but the shots that she does put up, she usually will make them.
And driving to the basket, putting it up and in, Emma Gustafson, and she draws a foul and will step to the free throw line for a chance to make this the old-fashioned three-point play.
Looks like a Mr. Bill Allen came up for a quick visit to the booth.
That's a third foul on McTaggart right there. Gustafson does make the free throw.
I am impressed with Traverse City's free throws tonight. What are they, 8 for 9?
8 for 9.
As a coach, I mean, sure that one free throw, but you can't ask for really any better.
A little hesitation right there. The Vikings swinging around. All that work just doesn't pay off. It was a great look for McKenna Bryant.
Looks like the Vikings may have got away with one there.
I think they might have right there. Blocking foul is called down at this end of the floor. McKenna Bryant will step to the line. No, Molly Anderson, they are definitely not allowing her to get much shot. She did a great job on that last possession, Ev, to create a good shot. Opportunity for the Vikings just didn't go in.
I like that even though McKenna Bryant hasn't been getting a ton of shots up this game, she's still putting it up when she's open. As a shooter, that's a mentality that you have to have. Great defense by the Vikings, almost causing a turnover there.
Once again, we see number 30, Lautner, with her hands on the ball. She's done a great job here to start the third quarter, to cut the halftime lead from 12 down to 8 here, 28-20.
Traverse City definitely came out with some energy and punched the Vikings first, and yeah, definitely made this. Trying to think how to word it. They're a lot closer now than they were at half.
You know, this is a big game. Vikings conference winners last year, undefeated in the conference this year, and Traverse City, they don't like to lose. They're going to come and play hard, and if they come away with a win here in the next quarter and a half, this is one of those wins that you can definitely put up on the board and say this was a big win.
Yep, it'd be one to be proud of. They battled. Both teams have been battling all game. Traverse City is still not settling for shots either. Playing smart basketball, trying to chip away and wear the Vikings down on defense. Just like that, they were able to draw a foul on, I think that was on Maddie Drabeck.
Our sponsors again tonight, everybody, Cadillac Tire, Pizza Plus, and Fox Motors. We want to thank those businesses for all they've done all season long to help us bring you, in the fall, a lot of high school football, and certainly this winter, girls basketball, boys basketball, and boys ice hockey here on Newsnet and CCTV.
Michaela Knight was able to have a great steal there, leading to Olivia Meyer up and under.
Brings the lead back to 10 points. Nice drive right there. Great hesitation right around the elbow. She continued with her dribble and got a nice layup. Olivia Meyer with some great offside help. Steps in the passing lane. Back come the Vikings.
The Vikings defense is like this every single night. They show up with intensity, keep the pressure on all game. Every night that I've been in here and watched them, it's the same thing.
That's where Molly's leading with the wrong hand on that steal opportunity. She's got to step out with the offhand right there. May not pick up the foul at that point. You want to go numbers to numbers if you can. Not easy to do. She's a right-handed player, and she's going to reach with that right as much as she can. Nice defense right here by the Vikings.
Just off the mark.
Once again, we see Berge with a great rebound right there. She's come off the bench and had a lot of good minutes in the first half. Has continued that here in the second.
Yeah, she's one of the role players for the Vikings, and she knows her job. She does her job, and she does a good job at it. So Jocelyn posting up down low and able to get a reach on Traverse City.
Just the second team foul here on Traverse City here in the third quarter. Not a lot of fouls called in the first half either. And a pretty clean game. Good battle.
Yep. Both teams are playing physical, and the refs recognize that, and they're letting each team get away with a little bit.
Tip ball came right back to Berge as she was coming in bounds, and that is not legal, so that's a turnover. Here comes TC.
Half a second too early.
Yeah, you got to get your feet established first. That's not easy to do. Credit TC.
Backside help was there. Looks like a little too much contact.
A little bit too much. Yeah, we'll see what was called on that. 15 foul already by the Vikings here, as coming in for Traverse City, wearing number 44 is Olivia Farkas.
With how well Traverse City has shot the ball, the Vikings do not want to get in foul trouble because they have been knocking down their free throws like crazy tonight. So being in the 1-and-1 or double bonus would not be a good thing.
Great backside help again by the Vikings results in a steal. That was Seeley that stepped in there, and ball deflects off, comes over to Olivia Meyer. I'm sorry, that was Molly Anderson that ended up with it.
Molly missed the layup, but was able to pick the ball away from a Traverse City player.
Sarah Schermerhorn's job has been tonight to stay with Molly Anderson, and even off that steal, she found Molly right away in the corner and did not give her the opportunity to look at a shot.
That's a pretty big job to fill tonight, but so far she's doing a pretty good job at it. Molly Anderson has 8 points tonight, but what does she average, around 15, 16 points a game?
Yes. 30-20 with 2:22 to go here from Cadillac High School. You're watching girls basketball on Newsnet and CCTV.
I've noticed the Vikings have been doing quite a bit of high ball screens, leading to a lot of open shots and a few drives.
That ball is deflected. It does stay with the Titans. We also want to mention our camera crew out there tonight, Ev. We've got Hannah Crouch in the truck actually directing again, and our camera crew is Zach Wiggins, Damian Brooks, and Pine River's very proud Miley Hilikowski. Molly Anderson with the steal. She beats everybody down the floor. She gets bodied quite a bit. No foul call there. And there we do get one.
Looks like Anna Whipple will be heading to the line shooting 2.
Sophomore Anna Whipple stepping to the line right here. I think the official was a little out of position getting back on that one. It looked like from our angle anyway, a lot of body contact. Probably from where he wasn't able to see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot easier seeing the calls when you're
up here at our angle, for sure.
Yeah, I give the refs a lot of credit. I've reffed a few travel basketball games and summer ball games, and it's a lot harder than it looks. So I try to be a little bit lenient and not get too frustrated if they miss a call.
So Evan and I were talking at halftime off camera, everybody, and from Evan's career here at Cadillac High School, being one of the guards whose responsibility in a lot of games was to never leave a shooter. And, I'm sure, like you mentioned, those two players right now for Traverse City kind of take that as a feather in their cap, that they've been asked to stick with two of the best players in the Big North Conference and not allow them much.
Yeah, those are definitely tough jobs. It just shows that Coach Drake, I believe, she trusts those two players with the role of guarding Molly and McKenna, that, hey, lock them down. And overall, I say they've done a pretty good job locking them down. McKenna has 4 points and Molly has 8. Usually each of those players average around 15. So
McKenna Bryant with a great hustle play right there. Ball goes off the Titans as a result. Cadillac inbounds it. Let's see what they can do with this possession.
And I know those players guarding McKenna and Molly are definitely getting tired right about now, because after guarding one of the star players for a few quarters, it is exhausting.
That's a travel or an offensive foul. Nice play. Yep. How about that? You see freshman Jocelyn Seeley make a stellar move under the basket, and she picks up the defender, causes all of that action, and as a result, her teammate Anna Whipple right in position to draw that charge.
Well, that's a heads-up play by Anna, not to reach in and try to pick the ball away. Just hold your position and get a charge call. We talked about this at halftime too. The Vikings' IQ for basketball is just through the roof.
All right.
They play hard, but they also play smart.
A foul right there off the ball on the rebound attempt. I think it's just the 6th team foul for the Vikings. Just under a minute to go here in the third quarter, and they lead by a dozen.
Shooting these 1-and-1s or shooting 2 might be Traverse City's ticket to get back into this ball game.
Very patient off the steal again by the Vikings. That's a great catch right there.
Yep. I'd say that's the right call. Jocelyn was cutting to the basket, but was in screen position.
Player control fouls like that do not result in free throw attempts, even though that is now 17 fouls.
Softball throw leads to a turnover. McKenna Bryant looks like she is in a little bit of pain.
I don't know if she got something after the shot. I didn't see it myself, Evan.
I know coming into this game she had an issue with her foot or ankle.
Yeah, she's got a little bit of a foot injury, I believe.
And it looks like when
trainer's looking at her right now.
When she landed, I'm assuming she came down on it funny.
So we've got a quick stop in the action here. Evan and I will stay on with you folks. 32-20. It's anybody's ball game at this point, Evan. Certainly, we're hoping we see McKenna Bryant back out on the floor and it's nothing too serious.
She looks like she's in quite a bit of pain down there. Hopefully it's nothing too bad.
Very quiet in the gym, as you would expect. Both teams here, both sets of fans are just quality people, and certainly you can understand the worry, but also the degree of sportsmanship shown by both.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just a game, and you don't want to see anybody hurt.
Yep.
It has changed my life tremendously. The source.
So the Vikings undefeated in the conference here, looking to maintain that way. Undefeated on the season. The boys started out the season this year, Evan, leading into conference. They've kind of fallen on some tougher times here. They lost this week, I think last night, up in Traverse City by about a dozen, and up to Traverse City about, maybe a week and a half ago by one in a game that they kind of led all night long. I believe in the boys right now, Petoskey has the conference lead at this point. The Vikings one game behind. Boys season about a week behind girls. A lot of basketball yet for them.
Okay. I believe Cadillac the boys have to go back to Petoskey and play them. The boys beat Petoskey at home, but going up to P-Town playing on their court, it's a totally different game. It's pretty fun environment to play in, and Petoskey, they definitely show up at home.
Absolutely. So at this point, leading in scoring right now for Traverse City, as we see McKenna Bryant heading towards the locker room. We'll get a good look at what's going on with her there. We don't want to speculate at this point, but in the game here tonight, Traverse City with a couple players with 4 points each to lead the score, Lautner and Hissam. And how about for the Vikings, Ev? Who's leading the way there?
So far for the Vikings, Molly Anderson is leading with 8 points. But besides that, scoring is kind of all over the place. A lot of people have 3 or 4 points. Everyone's relatively the same.
So Traverse City does break the Viking press and getting a wide open 3 attempt, but it is off the mark by number 22, Aaron Wagner. Back come the Vikings. Nice pass right there. How about that by Molly Anderson? She finds Whipple, and Whipple puts it in off the glass to end the quarter, and that'll extend the lead by the Vikings to 34-20 at the end of 3 quarters. Evan and I will be back with an exciting 4th quarter here from Cadillac High School.